Hey guys, what is going on? It is Game Addict here, and today we are going to be going over the patch notes for Update 2.1.3, which released April 19th, 2017, which happens to be today. The first part I'd like to go over are the biggest tweaks that they have provided us in this update. We have Glaz's scope tweaked. We have an update on the Hibana's Kairos pellet bug. We also have an update on Monty's hipfire. Ooh, that's the biggest one for me. And Echo's yokai drone, which for me doesn't make a big difference, but I do have a very good best buddy who likes to main, Mr. Echo. So this is actually going to be huge for him. It's not going to change much. He's already pretty good, but we'll talk about that in a second. First, let's just talk about Glaz's scope. So if you haven't noticed in the past couple weeks after the update for Glaz came about, it would seem like his sniper rifle was not as accurate as it used to be, especially now that he was able to see people even better than before. So the reason why this was happening is there was a really high contrast on the teal tint of the lens, as well as a high contrast on the yellow highlighting of operators. This caused like almost a bleed over effect, like a bad anti-aliasing on the operators' bodies. So if you thought you just hit the tip of their head or you just grazed their arm, which should have done 70 damage, and they end up killing you with 100% health, this would be the reason why. So it just wasn't as accurate due to how the game was drawing it, how you actually perceived the enemy operators. So it looked like a hit, actually wasn't. It was very disappointing. Hopefully this little fix to his scope is going to be something that brings him in back to the realm of workability. The next one that I want to go over is Monty's hipfire spread has been increased for medium to long range engagements. This is huge because he was almost a god among men. I mean, I know that he is supposed to be the immovable object. He is the mountain. He is supposed to be somebody that can kind of stand in the doorway, block off an entrance, provide support for your team. But he was honestly amazingly strong in that you could hipfire from across the room and nail somebody in the head about on the third bullet every time. It was insane. So this is really going to increase the RNG on his hipfire. He's going to be the close range opponent that he should be. I'm really happy for this. It's putting him back in the spot where he's going to feel more comfortable. The last update that's really big on operators is Echo's drone. Echo's yokai drone is getting a huge buff. So before, you had to be really accurate on his yokai drone on where you would hit. You basically had to hit on the head every single time. And for newer players, it's definitely a harder learning curve. If you're a more experienced player, it's really not that bad. So this is going to bring up his pick rate, I believe, in casuals and ranked, definitely. We're not going to see him in Pro League, I don't think, quite yet. He's still not quite the meta that he should be for them. But he's going to be a lot more of a problem in these ranked games. I expect to see an Echo a lot more. If he can deny the plant, if he can deny the Monty, if he can deny basically everybody, and now it's going to be a lot easier to cause that disorientation effect, that drunk effect on people, you can damn near guarantee he's going to be picked almost every time now. And the last big update that they kind of gave us was Hibana's Kairos pellets. As we know, they don't go off all the time. We have had numerous rehosts in the Pro League alone, specifically for this bug. And that's a huge problem. So far, the timeline that they've given us is that their target is year 2, season 2. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out around the mid-season reinforcements for that. And that's just kind of where I see it at. They still don't quite know what's causing the problem. It's not easy to find these things and to get them working 100% of the time. So expect maybe mid-season reinforcement at the latest, but at the earliest, year 2, season 2 release, we should see that bug fixed. Don't hold your breath, though. I'm not going to be held responsible for that. So let's just move on to the next part, which is some of the lower updates. Still some important ones, but definitely some silly ones. So let's just jump right into that. To start out with the operators that they have provided a little bit of update to, Monty will be getting a slight fix to his MVP screen where he will no longer hold his invisible sun on the shoulder. He will be going back to, I guess, holding his shield, unfortunately. Twitch, her shock drone, will no longer kill people with Rook plate armor on. It will go back to downing them, as well as it will make a sound again once it is destroyed. And Twitch apparently did not have any audio barks when she had her legendary uniform on. So I guess an audio bark would be like the those are types of audio barks. Mute, he is going to be getting his iron sights fixed back on his MP5K. Again, if you're using iron sights on that, I don't know what you're doing unless you're doing something for a video, but don't use just his iron sights, even if they are decent. Go back to using a sight, please. Fuse. This is a big one, guys. Fuse, finally, his gloves will match his uniform. I know that we have all been saying this game is so unplayable when his gloves did not match his uniform, so don't worry, guys. It is fixed. Hibana's pellets apparently disappeared if they were shot while you were leaning around a corner. That will no longer happen. Capcan's EDD can be deployed through an object causing a broken animation. That has also been fixed. Echo. So, apparently you could throw his drone onto the ceiling and it would stick to it. I personally never saw this one happen, but that has been fixed. The Sonic Burst Disorient would happen twice against certain people. So, imagine Thermite with his charge out. It would hit him twice sometimes. The Yokai Crosshair did not display properly. That has been fixed. Thank God. That's also a big one. That will help with his update, although it makes it a little easier now that you can hit any part of their body. So you can also disorient your teammates now in the preparation phase if you want to have a little bit of fun. The Yokai Drone also cannot be destroyed by projectile explosions while in camo. That has been fixed. It can be destroyed while in camo from those little pieces of projectiles. Tachanka, he has had a little bit of tweaks. His LMG now makes sound when it is being deployed once the shield is destroyed. I guess you could be a little silent, Tachanka, and sneak around once your little shield was destroyed. The LMG shield no longer appears momentarily after it has been destroyed once you go to deploy it again. And the player does not properly attach to the LMG after vaulting over an object. Now, I've seen this a couple times. It almost looks like you're just squatting on a crate. So this has been fixed, even though it was a pretty funny bug. Kivetta has had a little bit of a change. Her damage wasn't being displayed properly on the kill cam. That has been updated, so it's going to be displaying the proper damage ratios. Mira, placing the black mirror on a reinforced wall separated by an indestructible pillar caused it to partially deploy. This will no longer happen. This should be fixed properly. It was possible to melee a drone from the opposite side of an unbroken black mirror. That no longer can happen, so your drones will be safe. Improper behavior of the wall during deployment of the black mirror has been fixed with those metal beams. Objects on the wall are destroyed after the black mirror activation as opposed to during the deployment. Now this sucked. This sucked when you would go to put up your black mirror and a map would not break. So you'd have this picture of a map blocking your view. It was a pretty weird bug, especially since those types of objects break into a bajillion pieces once you just touch them. So I'm really happy that they did fix this one. Jackal, his weapon became invisible after quickly activating and deactivating the hunter vision. That will no longer happen. Thermite, the red LED should go away once he removes his charge. It will no longer be staying out for you to see. And Glaz has had his hip fire changed from a perfect circle to being a little bit more randomized. That was a pretty weird bug. Oh, almost forgot my favorite update to this little patch so far is IQ's nail polish has been fixed. I guess it was displaying a wrong color in third person. Again, not something that we really notice. But, you know, it's these small things that make us chuckle. Please fix the game. And now just for the slight gameplay fixes that they have done. It's not much. There's one that I really do want to, I guess, talk about really quick. Is players were able to achieve full ADS accuracy without fully aiming down the sights. Now, I've been actually playing with this for the past couple weeks, trying to figure out if this was something that was really going on. I'd use different operators. I'd try and quick scope with them. I'd go into terrorist hunts and just see how accurate these quick scopes really were with different weapons. And what I'd come to the conclusion of in the short time that I was testing it is that, yeah, they're far too accurate for not fully aiming down the sight. So I'm really happy that they're fixing this, and they're going to make you have to fully aim down your sight before you get a full accuracy. You should get more of an RNG. It should be less accurate when you are doing your aiming animation. It should still give you the hip fire accuracy. So if you do have a laser sight, you should see a small advantage over somebody who is not using a laser sight. But this is a pretty good addition to the game. I'm happy that they're doing this. And last part of gameplay that I would like to go over is shield flapping was back. So I hadn't seen it in a while. That is like a season 1, season 2 bug that we had. If you weren't aware of what shield flapping was, everybody would go shield team 6, all shield operators, and you were just able to spam your ADS and your fire button, and you'd be so damn accurate, it was impossible to beat at the time. So they have fixed that. If you did find a way to use it again, bye-bye. No longer. See you later, YouTube. Bye. And finally, moving on to the user experience, there are some little tweaks here that I'm happy to see. Players will receive the points again once they kill a gadget from a dead operator. Down but not out audio will cease to exist after a player has been picked up. It was kind of clipping over. You would still hear it sometimes. I didn't personally experience this, but some players did report it. And any equipped gadget is invisible if held for more than 9 seconds with the one-hit key, or the advanced deployment option, in one hand at the end of the round. So if you had your object out for over 9 seconds, it would appear invisible. No longer going to happen. So this is all just kind of good stuff. You know, we can really kind of tell that the health of the game is on the forefront here. They're trying to fix this Hibana bug. They're trying to fix the hit reg. They're trying to fix the matchmaking. They really do care. It may not seem like it sometimes, especially with something as frivolous as nail polish updates or glove updates, but it all factors in. There's a lot of people that work on this game. So this is a great update, guys. I'm really happy and I'm really excited. And remember, if you did enjoy this video, I put out almost daily content for you guys, mainly revolving around Rainbow Six. So there will be more discussion videos in the future when more patch notes come out, when more operator speculations come out, when more stuff gets leaked. I will be here for you guys, as well as putting out gameplay videos for you. I am Game Addict. I would like to thank you so much. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe. I appreciate all of you. You have a great one.